Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Holtz. I'm a designer for International Hair Goods. You're catching us right now applying a skin base. This is one of our stock items. It's called SK1. So we're going to move this along fairly quickly. I'm working with Adhere 360, which is one of our adhesives. I've already done 3/4 of this for speed purposes. And today we're going to go over two types of hair loss. We're going to cover men's hair loss, and we have a female model also that we're going to get into. So we're going to talk about how to increase your business by 3 times more money per hour by offering new services that you don't currently do. I'm going to introduce my partner, my colleague, Jen Brooks, who's going to help me through this process today.
Hi guys, I'm Jen. I am our product and training manager. So again, as Jerry said, we're here today. We're talking about men's and women's non-surgical hair replacement. Jerry's applying adhesive to the base of our system right now. And in a second, you'll see our model, Chad, and we're going to prep him as well. So we're here, we're talking non-surgical hair replacement for both men and women. You'll see our female model in a little while. And want to talk about some certification and some education for this. There's a lot of options behind the hair replacement world. We have virtual intro to hair replacement certification available. We're offering a promo through Behind the Chair for the month of January. It's $500 off the certification. There's info on the feed, but our website is internationalhairgoods.com, and the promo code for the certification is replacement. Again, it's $500 off the normal $1,500 price.
Okay, so back to the skin base. When you're applying the products, you don't want to use your brush this way because it's going to get caught into the hair. We don't want this adhesive down in the hair. You want to work with the brush on the inside of the base, pushing the adhesive out to the edge. This, when we get this on our model, this will be nearly invisible as far as the edge, and you will completely see through this and see his skin. So right now, I'm going to set this aside. We're going to let that dry because I've already done this section. So it's going to turn clear, and then we're going to put the two together. We're going to put one part on his scalp, one part on the skin we've already done, okay? So this is going to set aside. The next thing we've done is we had a consultation with Chad this week. We talked about his lifestyle, his whether he works out of the gym, what kind of work he does, and we're thinking about temperature, and we're thinking about oils in his skin. We've discussed it, and Chad said his skin is on the dry to normal side, which is great for the all skin product. The adhesives will break down with a really oily client a little quicker than a client who has dry, normal to dry skin. So this tape template is something that we teach you to do in class. This is a pattern, and you can see real quickly here, I have pre-done the marks, right? So we can make this go pretty quickly. So this matches the hair piece I have over there, and my marks match this. So we're going to take off literally all this hair underneath this template because we want to get him down to skin. And for those, you can take a look at his skin, right, or his scalp. He's probably 50% hair loss. This is a typical client who's in your clientele already. Let's take a peek at his back. All right, so take a good look at his, right? So this guy is a normal guy coming into your client already, your clientele. You literally, through this class, I want you to think about your clientele and think about your customers that are coming in. The guy who says, don't show me the back of my haircut because I don't really want to see the bald spot, right? This is a guy you want to talk to about this. He's going to keep talking about it, and eventually he'll buy this from someone else. He might as well buy it from you after you get trained and certified. So I'm going to kind of work. Jen's going to talk a little bit more about some of the things. So you can watch me, though.
So once we've got the hair on, we'll go back a little bit more through the consultation process, some of the reasons we chose what we did. But on top of the actual training for the techniques and different methods you can use, a lot of that education in our certification is talking about the consultation, how to identify who those clients are, what fits their lifestyle from a solution standpoint. A big part of this is this client is going to live with this every day. So we want to make choices for what's applicable for them and best for them. So again, on top of all of the technical pieces of the education, there's a lot about how to structure your business to make this successful for you, to make more revenue, and also to make it successful for your clients.
Okay, so I'm doing a general guide with a small T-edger. It can be cordless, it can be corded, small T-edger. I've carefully marked my placement so it's square on his head and balanced. Also today, earlier, I went ahead and trimmed him for speed of this program, so I don't have to take the time to cut his hair. You want to make sure, you can see this hair coming out that I just cut. You want to make sure the blending zone is about 2 inches, because that's the most flexibility of hair, because this piece is going to connect with this piece, right? So now I'm going to take this off and take all the hair off. So I made sure that my size is correct, and we're literally going to take this off like this. And this is a kind of a scary thing for hair people, but after you learn how to do this, it's a fantastic service to offer your clients. I've been in the business almost 40 years now, so I literally have done thousands of these over my career. And with the consultation, you talk to your client about what's going to happen. So Chad knew today what was going to happen during this process. You can see my little white marks in there. See those? So I know that my edge, watch, bring it right down to there. Get this edge as clean as I can. Take this little section out here. So the client knows what's going to happen. He's on board. In a normal salon situation, I would be taking a lot longer, probably about an hour. And I'd be talking about hair care, shampoo. I'd be talking about his work, his family, who knows, who's doing this. And Chad is great because he just said he's not going to tell anybody he's going to show up at work tomorrow and be like a new person. So we're trying to get this as clean as we can. In some cases, you could take a razor and actually razor this like a shave, right? But for today's purposes, we're just going to get as close as we can.
And a big part of the reason we're shaving is that it makes the adhesive hold better. It gives you a better, secure fit, and also it makes cleanup easier for you.
Yes.
But again, in the certification courses and in our conversations with you, there are a lot of attachment options out there. Not every client of yours is going to be ready and willing to shave their head underneath. So there are definitely alternatives out there for those people that are looking for a different type of attachment, or who aren't in an emotional situation where they're ready to go this direction.
Okay, so we're back to our template again. I've got his name in there because if you end up with 300 clients, 400 clients, you're going to need to label these so you know what's going on. I've marked the front so that I know that's my front section, right? A little cheater mark. So I'm going to look. Let me take a look at him in the mirror. There you go. So I've got a mirror over here that I'm looking at him to make sure this is all square. So I'm just going to double check my marks, make sure that I'm happy. See, so this all fits. Look. So that all fits in. So the hairpiece matches this. I'm going to put the two together in just a moment. So back to the same adhesive. The adhesive on the scalp dries faster because of his body heat. So I'm going to start in the back. And we're going to go just like this. The adhesives we have available removers, right? Solvents that you'll use when he comes back in. And typically we expect Chad to be about a 3-week cycle for a rebond. And again, that rebond is part of your income. The rebond should take you about 45 minutes. So you'll take the whole thing off. Some of the skin systems you can clean and reattach. Some are so thin that they're a one-time only product.
A lot of the choices you make and the solutions you choose for your clients are based on their expectations as well as their lifestyle. A lot of that comes is how much maintenance do they want? How much do they want this to feel 100% like part of their head? And what we're doing for Chad here today is really the most effective method to let this just become a part of him, where he's washing his hair, he's doing whatever he does on a normal basis, just like he would. This is becoming an extension of him. There are other options where we can take this off every day for that person that doesn't want it all of the time or doesn't want to sleep in it, things like that. So again, part of that consultation process is getting to know your client and learning those questions to ask that identify what solution is going to be the best fit for them.
Okay, so we're working. Remember the template. The template was here. My white lines are ahead of the template, so I know that my adhesive is going to go behind the white dots. So I'm all up to here. This is going to start drying pretty quickly. Just go across. Don't go crazy with this adhesive. Take it easy. You don't need a lot. But watch the brush technique where we're going to push the adhesive down. Right? We want that to be thin, and we want it to go across, because this is going to connect to the front of that hair piece that we've already pre-sized. So there's a lot of questions we run into in class all the time. A lot of people ask, oh, it has to be custom because of color, because of size and fit. Literally, the one that we're using is a pre-made item. It will fit him perfectly after I size the edges. I'll show you the edges that I cut off in just a couple minutes here.
When you guys are watching this and thinking about your clients and who you see, I think everyone has that client that's in their chair that is starting to thin or is thin now. These are solutions and ways for you to help them. Obviously, to generate more revenue in your salon, but also a way to help those clients, offer them solutions so they don't have to look to other places. There are a lot of solutions online. There are people out there doing this. So become that person that they can go to with that solution, because they're already your clients. They're loyal to you. They know you and they trust you. And you have these clients in your backyard, as Jerry likes to say. You're looking for these clients in your backyard.
The big thing getting started in this business is educating yourself on hair loss, getting comfortable talking about hair loss to these guys. It's just like talking about hair color or highlights. That client comes in and she, you know what the lingo is as far as finding out, is she a balayage? Is she going to be a melted technique? Is she just a basic touch-up? You learn all that. It's the same thing with the men's hair loss. Educate yourself, get certified. We're going to show you what we call hacks. We like to call hacks. We're going to set you up with supplies, set you up for success. One of the big things about the certification that I was not so lucky to have back in the days I started, now with Zoom and how things have changed, I can actually have a Zoom consultation with your customer just like right now. I could be watching you do this. Now that could be, your first customer could be your dad, your brother, your cousin, your neighbor, and it makes life really easy. All right, so that's drying pretty quickly because of the heat from his skin. So I'm going to hit a little bit of blower dry. And the dryer is on medium temperature. So before I start to handle the skin is right there with the adhesive on. I'm going to dampen my fingertips so that if I touch the adhesive, my fingertips are going to release from it real easy.
There's a lot of great comments and questions right now. We will absolutely get to those. We'd love for you to keep submitting them as they come to you and as you have questions. And we will definitely address them. We want to get through this little time-sensitive piece before we do that. But one thing, Jerry, you go ahead. You're gonna.
I'll stop you just real quick.
Go
We're
ahead.
trying to get this all together.
Yep.
So we've got a really thin skin base. We've gently placed pins in here. This is really dry and ready to be connected to his head, right? So the pins are gently in there. I know that this is the front because that's how I put it on. So I'm literally going to grab it like this, walk it over, and roll it on. Let me wet my fingers down again. We're going to take the last one out, right? Really easy. And I'm going to grab this right where the temples, pretend like you're grabbing it like right here, right? On the temple area. So we're going to grab this by the hair. This is the temple. And I can see from my angle, I can see the shine of the adhesive this way. So I've taken the marks off. And let me concentrate and get this on.
We're going to let Jerry put that on. One question that came in while he's doing that and you guys are watching is that someone who's already taken a certification class and needs a refresher. It's a very, very good point. We have a lot of education out there. This is one of those. And we're happy to have those conversations about what specific education or refreshers that you would like. And also to notice that this isn't, you can shop and search our products and buy for clients prior to doing the certification as well. So don't want that certification to limit you to buying before that.
Okay, when I'm applying this, I'm stretching just a little bit. Don't go crazy with the stretch because the contour in the base when it's made is going to have a certain cut to it. And if you stretch it and it starts to grow out, it's going to cut back up. It's going to go back to where it was on the factory. Okay, so let's turn it around. So now I'm going to wet this all down. And I'm going to take a comb. And I'm going to go in like this. Press the edges, not your fingers. Go like this. And literally, this is, I think, 5 millimeter. I think it's a 5 millimeter polyurethane.
0.5 millimeter.
0.5, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's wet this all down. So I'm going in with the teeth and pulling it forward. So let me get it wet. Now, I've already pre-cut this because of the speed of what we're doing today. But I'm going to show you some cutting techniques like do's and don'ts and get you started. So I've already got this pretty well blended in from this morning.
Questions, you guys, on classes too. So right now our training is all virtual, and that includes some e-learning courses as well as some Zooms with Jerry doing hands-on virtually. We hope to do some in-person training as soon as the world lets us. So your questions on where the certifications take place, we hope that information on that is coming. But right now we're looking at virtual trainings. Our office is in Minneapolis, and as soon as we're able to have you visit us, we're absolutely open to that as well.
Now take a look at this. I mean, I'm touching his scalp. I cannot feel the edge of this. It is skin. So in a technical way, this is called a V-loop. And the more details you get on the classes, you'll learn that there's different types of knotting that's done. So this is a V-loop. And with his darker brown hair, there's no knot there. That's actually his scalp. All right? And look. This is on. And by the way, my hair, I wear hair also, right? So I mean, I lost my hair at age 40, and I'm actually wearing a skin system exactly like this one, except a different color. And mine goes, I'll go about 3 weeks, and then I do a reattach. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's really comfortable. You kind of forget that you're wearing it, right? So I always joke around the office, how's my hair look today? And they always roll their eyes and laugh. They go, you have the best hair in the office. And I change it all the time.
And he says, that's great. That's because I choose it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to point out, you guys, this is, we're making a cosmetic change, right? But this is so much more than that. for these clients, it's not a vanity thing. This is a confidence thing. So as comfortable as anyone could be without it, it's a confidence thing when they look in the mirror and no longer focus on that area that they used to see that was thin that they worried about. So on top of the added revenue you can bring to your salon, the clients that you can help, there's a real feel-good part of this industry where you're helping people regain confidence.
Okay, I'm gonna go over a few cutting tips. Remember, I've already cut this for time purposes. So there's all kinds of really cool thinning shears out there that are really fun to cut regular growth hair. These are Buttercut 4420s. We like this for this process because of the teeth are really thin. And when you cut this to blend it, I can go in just like this, right? At around 45 degrees on this and cut and pull out. It literally is taking out just hairs at a time. So to do the edges, you want, now my edges are already done from this morning, but you can go across like this. Look, let me find the blend here, hold on. Right there. That's the edge, you guys. So I've already done this. Look at how this disappears, and that's part of the deal of making this look so fantastic. The ones you notice at the airport that look terrible, this is not your granddaddy's hairpiece, right? So that's already blending from what I did earlier this morning. But the 4420s, you're gonna go in like this, and you just got look, one snip, pull, watch. One snip, pull, one snip, pull. Not like this, right? You want to do vertical sections. If you need to thin the base, and after certification, I'm going to teach you how to order the right density. That's the biggest deal. A lot of guys are buying hair that's too thick for their age. So if you need to thin the base, you're literally going to use the first 4 teeth, and we're going to watch. We're going to go like this, and you're going to snip like this. Look, literally, it's hairs at a time that you're taking out. Okay, so that's one tip. 4420s, not these, right? This is a sample. This is a rough sample I have. This is too much. It's too aggressive.
Jerry, question for you while you're doing this blend is how loose does the system get at the end of that 3 weeks, and does the adhesive adhere to the new hairs that grow within that time? And would it lift from the scalp? It's a really, really good question.
It's a really great question. The hair that I cut off underneath is going to push up. That adhesive that we're using will stick to that new hair. That's why about a 3-week cycle, right? The guys are getting their hair cut in 3 to 4 weeks. So it's going to push up, and you're going to be able to slide under there to remove it and start all over again. It's a great question. So the adhesive actually will stay in place. Okay, another little trick. The thing I hear from my students are like, oh, I'm panicked because I don't know what to do. Just pretend that Chad came in today for a haircut, right? He came in and sat down in my chair, and this is his head of hair. What am I going to do to make him have the hairstyle he wants? Take control over it. Do it. If he wants it sticking up, make it stick up. If he wants it flat, flatten it out. So I'm going to show you. This is a simple razor, right? If you want to cut a part in, literally, we're going to come in close. We're going to go just like this. And literally, we're just lightly. Can you see the hairs coming out there? I did a little bit already. So I can literally go in like that, right? To widen that part to make it a definition. Because we're going to get, Chad's hair is going to look like mine, of course, because that's what we like for him. But look at that's pretty close. And those are V-loops, and it appears just like skin. All right, so razor. Back to this corner again. The stock systems come about 6 inches long. So when this hangs over, it's down to about here when we start. So when I'm cutting this, I'm going to take sections that are about 2 inches that I can handle. And I'm going to cut. I'm not going to do this now because I already did it. I'm going to cut underneath, and I'm going to cut on the top. So I'm thinning it from the bottom and from the top. You can also take your razor this way and pull down. Not that way, this way. And again, I'm gently sliding some hair out. That's how you get this beautiful blend. I mean, that's that's disappearing to our eye already, right? So we've made him more gray on the temple, and we've actually took away some gray on the top. So vertical with the razor, very, very, very light touch to it. That's one thing. And point cutting, we all know point cutting, so I'm not going to go into that. With the razor, a lot of times, remember that these are made 6 inches long. That means in theory, it's around 10 inches and it's been folded. So when they V-loop that, it's like this, right? The base is here. There's no natural regrowth. So our natural head of hair would be like this. We'd have short pieces going along the way. So you've got to go in and recreate those short pieces. So with the razor, now I already took the shear and cut this off. I point cut it before. But some cool things you could do is pull this hair up and go just like this. It's going to help break the edge, crack the border, as I call it, right? So take another section. This is going to let this hair jump up for us. Okay, get another section. Same way. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's thinning this out. So what I've done is just recreated his regrowth, right? So the short one's in between. Because short hair pushes long hair. That's how we know that as hair people. That's it for the cutting.
We're doing great. You
Yeah.
finished that up, Jerry. We've got a couple questions in here. The website from where the piece came, I think our website was listed in the comments. But again, this piece is called the SK1. It's an all skin base. It's an 8x10 base and has 6 inches of hair. So plenty for you to work with to customize to your clients. We love to find those stock pieces that are available.
It's a 710, by the way. So this is a color number 7.
Color 710. Yeah. So to set an account with us and to order from us, all we require is a copy of a cosmetology or barber license and that your hair related business license. So we want to make sure that we are selling these products to our customers that are working in salons.
So now if this is wet, right? So wet hair is always darker. This is his color. So it's a 710. So 10% is synthetic, right? So the 10% synthetic can handle quite a bit of heat. Overall, I don't want these guys blow drying their hair. There's just no need for it. The styling products have come so far, so long. It's just not necessary. I'm going to quickly do it really fast right now for our show purposes. And Jen can take over for a second.
For sure. The question on cost. So because we're on a public platform, we're going to not answer that question directly right now, but definitely would love to have a conversation with you about cost and different things. To become a partner of ours, to create an account, we have a become a wholesaler part on our website. So go to internationalhairgoods.com, click on become a wholesaler, fill out that short bit of information, and we'll reach out and get your account established. That lets you shop on our website, see all of the stock options, and also see pricing there. And you don't need to do that for the certification. So the certification is available for you to purchase immediately. Again, there's a banner at the top of the website. Click on that. The promo code is replacement. But to see other options or get in touch with us one way or the other, that become a wholesaler is our fastest avenue to get you set up to order.
All right, so back to our new hair for these guys. And remember, I wear hair. So new hair, when you get new hair, it's a little puffy. The first thing usually a client's going to say, it seems really full. So a couple things you can actually do on medium. This is skin, remember, with a V-loop. Medium temperature. Take away, you can actually go just like this, you guys. Bring it straight down. And look how, right? To take that out. Because it's the width. Like I'm looking at him in the mirror now. So let's get the top going. And again, I would let him dry this natural and then add some wax later. On medium temperature. Look, and I'm not making this, I'm going through the top of the brush. process, right? And I'm going to show him how to do this at home if he wants to be all finished up. So we're going to go right through here. That's not adding volume. Move it around. The big thing about hair replacement is it really does change people's lives. There's a lot of anxiety and psychological stuff that goes into it. I mean, for myself, it cuts off 10 years of my appearance. So we're looking at the blend. And watch, we're going to go in here. We're going to pull that back. Give it a little shot to make a part. What else, Jen? What else do we have going on?
We're great. We are doing great on time. So you finish, and then we'll bring Becky in.
And you can get a close-up right in the front. Look. Look at the front, you guys. Look, right here. So it's SK1 that we're using as a stock item, and it's number 710. So, all right, that's enough noise. For styling purposes, don't go crazy with that either. I like an oil product, an argan, Moroccan oil, something of an oil base, because it's going to keep the hair flexible. So right today, I'm just using AG. It's the argan oil. Let's use a couple pumps of this, 3. And I'm going to use a little bit of wax from AG also. And we're literally going to take, this is what I would teach my customer, 2 fingers. You can see where I did it already. That's enough. We're gonna break this down like a cocktail, right? Watch. Get it warmed up, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna start in the back to push this forward. Make sure I get the sides. No brush at this point.
And again, hair care and what your client should do for maintenance and the best products to use are certainly something we address in that education. This isn't growing hair, right? So it doesn't have the oils and everything from your scalp helping it. So we want to supplement that with the right materials and the right products to keep that hair moisturized.
Okay, look how quickly. Now we did a lot of pre-work, but I mean I've changed him completely. Let me just turn him around so Ryan can get a nice clean shot of him all the way around.
And let's hold this. You got it.
Right there. And look, we can break this hair down. Now I'm going to have him come back. Since he's a new client of mine, I would have him come back in 2 days for a checkup. Hello, how's it going? What are the good stories about work? Get him set. Prepare him for what's going to happen out there. And hair has come so far out of the closet now with guys. It's so fantastic that it's not a secret anymore. And when I started back, it was a secret. So now, I mean, we can send Chad out of here looking fantastic. Oh my God. He looks so good. Anything else about Chad?
No, I think we're great. I think the thing we just want to, our mission beyond helping people and beyond getting these products out there is to get rid of this negative stigma around hair loss, right? It's okay. And there are solutions out there. The things you see in the airport and what you see at the grocery store, because it's not done well, isn't a true indication of what this industry can offer. So be part of that and expose this industry and the good solutions that are out there that people aren't aware of because they can't see it.
So when he comes back in a couple days, I'll just lightly, maybe he wants it cut a little shorter. That's no problem. Just edge this out a little bit more. See how it's settling in, right? So when he comes back in and you see him again, look, right here's the edge. You got it, right there it is. That's the edge where my nail is. So my blend there is really pretty awesome. So I would just check this out in 2 days and see how he's doing. when I cut him, I'm going to recut him the same way. Taper there. I'm going to try to leave about 2 inches at this upper edge, the blending point, right? And he's got a brand new head of hair. All right, so we're going to get going with our second model. We're going to introduce Becky. So give us a second here. Check. Come on over. So this is Becky, and we're really appreciative of our models because it's so hard to find models that are willing to go on camera, right? So I met Becky. This is Becky. I met Becky about a month and a half ago or so. And so she's wearing a topper. So a little bit of background on her. She's a hairdresser and a manager of a luxury salon. So we're going to have Becky take this off. Because the point of this, you may not be ready for the guys, for the cutting of the hair and the shaving of the hair. It may be too scary for you. Those of you out there who are doing extensions right now can do this. So these are on clips. There's no shaving the head. There's no bonding. There's nothing so serious, right? Let's get this off so we can talk about Becky's hair loss. And she's going to tell us a little bit about herself too. So she's simply going to take this off. There's a few clips. I'll hold it for you. No. So Becky has around 30% hair loss. And we appreciate Becky showing us how. And let's take a look at this too. Give me a second here. So I don't want to mess her hair up. Let's just do it like this. This is how big it is. She's literally got 4 clips. These are IHI clips that are held on by tape, red liner tape in the back, and they can be moved. So you could put another clip in between and rotate the usage of these. Our clips are higher quality clips that come directly from our parent company in Japan. So this is how big this is. And Becky maintains the root shadow. She maintains that. And then she does a little bit of low lights through this as she decides that she wants it, right? Mm-hmm. So Becky's hair, I always say this. Clients like Becky come into your store. They're in your store right now. They're saying, what can I buy to make my hair thicker and bigger and fuller? Well, there's only so much. And there's only so much haircut, right? Cut it so it's thick. I've heard that forever and ever and ever. There's not such a haircut. Call me and let me know when that happens. So Becky's going to either be in a retail product like a strand builder, which is a protein keratin to camouflage, right? Some women are doing makeup on their scalp to fill it in. They're doing all kinds of stuff to try to camouflage their hair to feel better, right? Especially for the girls. It's a big deal. So we sent Becky home with her top piece. And what happened, Becky, when you went to the store, the salon, right?
Yeah, everyone, they were shocked. Yeah, they couldn't believe how great my hair looked, how healthy it looked, how full it looked. And
no one, your customer base didn't say, oh, you're wearing a hairpiece.
Right. Yeah. Nobody knew. Nobody could even tell.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that's what this part of this is, right? We are not doing these transformations to give this dramatic look. This is an effort to make someone look to what they consider regular, right? Exactly. This is giving you back the hair that you're missing. And so you take those extension clients and people like that are thin on top, right? We just want to fill in the hair that they're missing to get them to what they would consider regular hair.
Right. So this client, Becky, would be a typical client coming in for extensions down here around the edges because she, in her mind as a client, she thinks, oh, I can have fuller hair. Well, she can have fuller hair from here to here, but not on here. Mm-hmm. So when she adds hair here, this is going to look even thinner, correct? So this is an easy transition for you to go from hair extensions, hair dressing, to hair additions. Clips are not so serious. It's real easy. My experience is that women take care of these way better than the guys. This product itself is probably going to be good for around 6 months. Because remember, she doesn't sleep in it. It's clipped on. She washes this randomly. Mm-hmm. She gently styles it. It's not an everyday use, right?
Right.
So it's a real easy thing to live with. Whereas the guys are going to be 3-week cycles. You're going to rebook them. You're going to have to do contracts for those because they're going to wear out really quick. It's a different business. So for the beginners out there, there's all kinds of steps that you can take along the way. For beginners who are not doing anything with it, start with retail, which could be strand builder. It could be women's wigs. It could be toppers. And if you've got these there and someone is in your salon, wear it, show and sell is what I say. Show it and sell it. So Becky is a relative beginner and she's got all this interest. Just by her wearing this in the salon, she's got interest in this product.
There's a couple of questions in the chat about cost for this. And again, that's something we aren't going to go into right now on this, but would love to have that conversation with you. So if you want to go to our website and send us a message or even leave your email, we'll find you after that from the comments and would love to talk to you about that. There are a lot of different options and a lot of variables really that go into cost of the systems, but also what you would charge your client. And a lot of that's the maintenance and things like that. So definitely don't want to not address that question, but because we're on a public forum, aren't going to answer with specific costs.
So take a peek real quick at her part area, and I give Becky full credit. She is doing a fantastic job on the color match. This is actually her hair right here, right? So those of you who've got hair loss in the back, crown, top, use your front hair to bring it over if you want. Like, so this, would you like to use that? So this is actually her hair. I mean, she literally, I mean, it's like, it's like perfect, right? So you're gonna have the client, the female client's gonna bring this back. She can bring it back. You can do the color touch-ups to adjust it. You can also shampoo, blow dry, finish it out for her. So you're gonna book this client like a regular blowout. So Becky's coming in, she can either leave her hairpiece there. You could also do the hairpiece while she's getting color. So now you've done a blowout service on top of your regular service. So this all correlates to you making 3 times more money per hour in your chair because you've got the sale of the product and prices go over privately because it's a public forum we're on. But you are increasing your services. So you've got Becky, you're doing the blowout on this, still doing her color, you're still doing her haircut. And then you might have Chad coming in an hour, right? So he's going to get a redo. You're going to have him there for an hour. You're going to take his hair off and redo it. Come in, Chad, show off how good you look at this guy. Woo! Wow. And he's just got all this full hair that he's never had before, right? So what else do we need to go over?
When we talk about revenue, you guys, it has a lot to do with you being the specialist in this. So you're not just charging for what you paid for the system in your hourly rate. You're charging for all of your expertise, the education, the research, the time you spent today watching this, the time you'll spend talking with us, getting certified, getting education, and continuing to learn. So that's all built into that. And that's a big part of our conversation in the certification as well for how to properly position yourself based on where you are geographically, what you're offering, and the different services. There's a lot that goes into it, but the main message is that you become that specialist and you are doing something that's unique and you need to charge appropriately for that.
Yeah, so after today, for you visiting us today, go through your mind, literally write down a list of your relatives who could use this product, use them as models, before and after photos. If you want to cover their face up, you can do that and use them at the salon, right? So you've got to start somewhere. You have to get some experience and some business. Getting certified is a great way to go with that because we're going to teach you all the choices from A to Z about the best choice for that client, right? Remember that these clients are going to be the most loyal clients you've ever had in your entire career. They will stay with you forever because they feel safe, they feel secure. So Chad's going to come back to me and I'm going to say, hey, Chad, let's make your hair a little lighter. Let's do a little blonder in the front. He's trust me. He's going to let me do it. So I can change his hair color over time. There's all kinds of creative stuff you can do with this. Okay.
So we know when we took Becky's hair off, obviously it wasn't super done underneath, right? But here's Becky's before picture with her hair done, and here's her after. Can you tilt your head down just a little bit?
Look at this, you guys. So the girls, typically the female client, it's going to be a thicker density because they like thicker hair, more hair. With the guys, I'm probably not going to do much more than what I did on Chad as far as density. Chad has the same density that I have in mind. I just feel like too much hair is a mistake on guys. We need to see, for the guys, we need to see into it more, right? We need to see the scalp, we need to in there. Any more questions online coming in that we can go over?
So again, the training is our intro to hair replacement certification. It's a combination of e-learning courses and also virtual hands-on with Jerry. And that also includes a virtual consultation with Jerry with one of your clients. So it's kind of like he's sitting next to you in that consultation room to help you along. It's a little intimidating, a lot of these things, right? We're dealing with an emotionally sensitive topic and we're working with hair that doesn't grow back. So there's a combination of things that make it a little more intimidating, but having someone with the experience, with the expertise who's done this to hold your hand a little bit and tell you, yep, you're doing the right thing. A lot of times that's it. Just someone telling you, yep, these are the questions. You're asking the right questions. You're going the right direction is invaluable. So our certification is $500 off for the month of January. Takes that to $1,000. The original price is $1,500. It includes a kit of materials that you have for your hands-on piece, the e-learning courses, and the follow-up Zoom hands-on and consultation with Jerry specifically.
So in that certification, because it's so scary and so overwhelming, we have contracts, pre-done contracts for you. We're going to explain to you how the business works, how to build your business from literally zero in hair replacement. We're going to show you how that all works out, how it computes out to the annual business. You're going to be shocked at how your income grows by adding this specialized service to your existing salon. With Zoom, I can see your salon. You could actually walk me around your salon. I can advise where the best place would be to do the service. A lot of guys will want privacy, but it's not always necessary. As I said, I'm out about it. I don't really care. I just take my hair off and I'm just getting a shampoo and get it redone. So it depends on your client. It depends on male and female and how they personally feel about it. So we'll walk around the salon, get a feel for how you're going to work and how you're going to operate, and get to know your business. That's what we want to know.
One question back from when we were working on Chad is advice on what is better between a skin and a lace base.
So I myself, I have lace, I have skin, I've got all kinds of hair. I wear something all the time. So for me personally, lace is very high maintenance because that front needs to be taken care of around every 3 days. It can tend to be a little bit messy. Lace is incredible in like the visual part of it, but the maintenance is going to be higher on it. So the skin, literally, Chad, this is going to stay in place. He's probably not going to have to deal with this front for probably a week to a week and a half. Mine's on for 10 days, and I haven't had to do anything to the front. I like that because I can kind of forget about it, right? So there's nothing wrong with lace. It's just more maintenance. So it depends on the client, his lifestyle, and his abilities, you guys. You got to let this guy try to do this, and he may be terrible at this part. So he's going to be better in lace. If he's a really hot guy, working out, sweating a lot, right? I know that's a little funny, but if he's working out and he's sweaty, the skin is probably going to be a little bit of a problem because of the heat. So you got to take all that into a factor.
I don't have any other questions. I think we addressed most of them. Again, our website is internationalhairgoods.com. Our promo code for the certification course is replacement. And also to get in touch with us, you can hit the contact us button from there or fill out become a wholesaler to get your account set up. We'll get you access to our online store so you can browse products and see what's available. We're happy to take questions. Send us an email. We'll reach out. Thank you to the few of you that put your email addresses in here. We will absolutely reach out and answer your more specific questions offline. And we certainly hope to work with you. This is definitely a hands-on process, and we're here to help you through that.
So here's our before and after of Chad. We kind of all forget, right? So he's going to get comfortable with this so quickly to having thicker, heavy hair that he can wax, he can put oils in it, then move it around, right? So, okay, you're good. And take a look at the blend of the haircut on Chad here real quick. Now that it's kind of dried, watch. So I mean, that's disappearing. Even though this area has probably 20 to 30% gray, so I went 10% on the top, and my blend is still pretty nice. So I would let that dry a little more, check it out, adjust it, and he's good to go. You just gained a brand new client. Anything else online?
No other questions. I think we covered everything earlier.
Well, we're super excited you joined us, and we're going to have more Facebook Lives and YouTube Live coming up with more technical stuff in the future. Please sign on to internationalhairgoods.com. Get in there, take a look, $500 off our virtual training program.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.